So action here, we'll need the Bardenese map. It's called like density map. So this map we'll be using for define where the hair grows and where it's not. I'll be painting in ZBrush by using Polypaint. I mean, it really doesn't matter what kind of software you're using, like Substance Painter is working. Even Maya paint map is also fine, but I'm just using the ZBrush Polypaint. So this is duplicate from the previous geometry, just for the sake. And I'll be using just standard brush with the Z add off and turn the RGB on. So if I start paint, I can't see anything because I have texture map turned on. So make sure turn off the texture map and only the Polypaint colorize mode is on. So if I paint, I'm painting a white. If I click V, it is kind of switching the color back into foreground and background color, and I can actually see my color now. Okay, so I'm gonna hit X to enable the symmetry mode, and then go down a few subdivision because I don't need like that much of detail in this map. So maybe subdivision 4 or 5, maybe 5 is just more than enough. Okay, and then just start painting. So in fact, I'm gonna go color and then fill object with the black. So it's a pure black now. And then start paint with the white. Basically, white color is where the hair grows. So obviously, we're gonna paint out the scalp. And then the brow and eyelash as well. So it's gonna be a fairly quick process. Can use a flat color, which will only show the color. Basically, it's not changing. Flat color shade basically only show the color, and I think I have material painted as well, so I might need to go and then fill it again. But yeah, like this, and go and then fill it again. But I think MRGB was painting the basic material or blade material previously, but the point is using flat color, which will show basically the color only. So sometimes you get distracted by the highlights and then actual shade on the model. So if you switch to the flat color material, flat color, and you can actually see only color information. So it sometimes helps to check the color in this case. So I roughly just paint out the area that I need to like groom the hairs, and then we'll subtract the we'll paint out the black on those areas that should be grown. Okay, so basic hair grow map is done. I'm gonna convert this map to color map. So go create under texture map and then new from the polypaint. So make sure before I do this, make sure UV size, UV map, and size set to the resolution that you desired. So 2K, 4K, I mean, well, honestly, like 2K should be just fine. So I'm gonna just go with the 2K. And yeah, new from the polypaint. And then clone texture. So this will duplicate these textures to under texture here. So click this and flip V, and then just export this out. So this is gonna be the density map. Then set to TIFF or anything that you want. So yeah, so I'm gonna move in onto Maya and then start grooming the hair. Okay, so inside Maya, I rescaled the model to the real life scale. So there's a tool locator and distance measure, which I created from the create measure tool and distance tool. So it's currently 170 centimeter, so pretty tall, but yeah, I mean, height really doesn't matter as long as it's close to the real life scale. And the head is based on the also average female head width. So it's currently like 7 centimeter. I mean, 7 centimeter from the 0. So 7 to the negative x and then positive x, total 14 centimeter. So basically, head based on the head, head is 14 centimeter width, and then overall make a yes 170 centimeter tall. So assume that this this is supposed to be close to the real life scale. Okay. So I painted the groom, the density map, and I'm gonna create new shader for the head, and then I'm gonna actually plug that texture into this head. So hair density, and this is the map that I painted. Okay, and I hit 6, and I can see the white color which I painted, and the black area won't grow any maps if I plug this map into the action description later. Okay, and it's way too dark, so I can increase some color offset, and then it's temporarily like brighten up the overall color so I can see better on base model. Okay, so I'm gonna hide everything but the only head and maybe the eye. So hide it. Okay, and then I'm gonna select the brow area first. So I will be enable the topology symmetry, which you can do the hold Control Shift and then right click, and it's right up here. So symmetry topology. Alternatively, you can do on the here. So select the mesh and then click topology, and then click the topology, like center one, center topology, and then it's gonna be mirror topology. So it's pretty handy. Okay, so always select like larger area than what it's supposed to be grow, because we can always paint out the area, but then we can't really grow. Like we can't really grow back if it's not selected at the beginning. So it's better to select more than less. So something like this, and then for XGen and create new description. Okay, and then this will be the name of the current description. So this is gonna be the brow. For hair, and I'm gonna name this as well, hair. Hair description, and select this one to the placing and then shaping guide, because we wanna place each guide manually. Okay, so or not much, only change this and then give some name. They're optional, but it's all, of course, better to give a proper name. So I'll just set this down to placing and shaping guide and just create. And well, nothing's happening because we haven't we haven't placed any guide yet. Okay. So if you select the actual XGen node, then it's gonna display the area that it's gonna be grow the hair. So click this button here, and basically simply place. Let's click it, and then there's a like yellow this guide curve is created, and then go to Action Toolbox. To shelf under here. So there's a divider here. This is the one that Accent Core is using, and this one, those buttons are XGen Interactive Groomings are using. So we're using XGen Core, so we don't really need to do anything on those buttons here. So only this, and you can find same button right on the XGen shelf here. Yeah, but this button here is the basically the comb brush. So click it, and then you can actually shape the guide as you wish. So this is the button that I'm gonna use the most on this shelf, basically. And if you hit W, which is transform node, like transform tool, rotate or scale, any tools is actually working, like rotate and scale. And then you can actually scale down this guide as well. So, because eyebrow isn't that long, so we wanna make it somewhat like short. So, yeah, this is first guide curve. And then this button, which is same as this one, and create a second. Okay, and I'm gonna actually create a few more. And then scale them down. Okay, and when you select certain like XGen guide and then click this brush, it's gonna be only affect whatever you selected. So it's not gonna affect the one that you haven't selected. But if you don't select anything like this, you don't select anything and click this this brush, and it's gonna affect any guide curve. So it's something that's good to know. from this point, basically, with this creating guide curves with all the like brushing is most time consuming, but process itself is very straightforward. It's just a matter of time. So are we going through and then create all the curves? Are we using some reference photo as well? Because especially the eyebrow has specific like hair flow and direction. So it's a really good idea to try to match the guide curve to the sun direction. Okay, so are we just starting and placing those guide curves? So here's one of the example of the eyebrow. So this one has this direction, like inner area, and it slowly change the direction on upper area. I mean, this one is obviously trimmed, but basically this is what it's supposed to be, like this. So the guide should be like this in inner area, like this direction, and then from here it should be like this. I mean, bottom section maybe constantly go this way, but the upper section should be changed from like this angle to the opposite angle as it goes further. And well, eyelashes are more simple, so it's it's more like following the eyelid normal itself. The length might be vary, but this is what it's gonna be. There's a lot of like cross hatching kind of like hair, which you can take care by the noise modifier. Okay, so this guide will be roughly what I'm gonna try to put. Okay, so initial placement is done. I mean, there'll be a lot more to it needed, but I want to point out that you can move the guide. You've probably seen already, but you can move the guide by using this tool, which is same as the placing the guide. The hold control and then just click any guide and then drag it, and you can actually move them around. So there's one click. And So you can increase the density to see the actual hair, and then adjust the width as well. So it's something very thin, of course, maybe even lower. It depends. And then we can plug this density map that I painted in ZBrush to this mask. So create map, and resolution can go higher, and white is fine. And then give the name like brow mask, density mask, and create. Okay. And then just hit save. Okay. And then if we see the hyper shade, this new node, which is the new node that I just painted. So basically this is the density mask, which doesn't have any information here. And this time that we can place the painted mask here. So the hair density can actually plug into hair density mask section here. So basically the one that Xgen created is replaced by the one that I painted in ZBrush. So basically just drag and drop the ARPA to the density mask tab here. Okay. Okay, so if I refresh it, nothing happened because we have to save the texture whenever we make any changes. So save it, and now hit applied. Okay. Sure, density can remain thinner, and density can go like higher, so maybe 300 or even like 500 is fine. Okay. And then the hair shader also can be changed, so you can see better. There's a default shader isn't the greatest always. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. So in this case, trying to make a more like black hair. So just adjust width and adjust the shading parameters so I can see better. Right? And this button here will hide or unhide those guide curves. So it's gonna help to see better the eyelash or eyebrow or whatever hair only. Okay. And yeah, it's a bit plain, but well, it's not too bad for the amount of time that I spent. So I can continue adjust the guide curves. Okay, I can spend some more time, and then create adjust guide curves. It's very time-consuming, tedious work, but well, this hair is actually probably one of the most important to sell the realism. So it's definitely worth to spend some time